Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now, just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional holistic and spiritual counselor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling, mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check out the details in the description box below this video for more information, and also check out, now I offer astrology birth charts. Right, so let's dive in there guys, and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. And also I should say, let's see what messages the cards have for you about your person. So we'll come in with the now. Oh, thank you. Oh. All right. Okay guys, this could be happening around, of course, both you and your person at this point in time. But I will pull some more cards here. So you're coming in with lovers. Lovers is Gemini. Alright, Gemini is ruled by Mercury here. Mercury's still going through, it's out of retrograde here guys, and it is still in Leo at this point in time. Alright, now when you're coming in with lovers cards, so Mercury rules your third house of communication, and it also rules your sixth house of health and well-being and work here. Now when you're coming in with the lovers card, I do see it as relationships. It can come in as friends and family, and also intimate partners here guys. Alright. Now you're also coming in with the devil card here guys. The devil is Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Sagittarius. Sorry, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn rules your 10th house of career moves here guys, what you're known for, how you've been seen here. It can also come in as patterns and habits. Here it's your work ethic here guys, how hard you work. It is the most hardest working card in the tarot deck. Alright. Now I just need to look at this here. Now at this point in time guys, Saturn is retrograding through Aries. Okay. And it really depends on where Aries is in your birth chart. Here. However, let me just have a look at this. It does come in as choices here in your reading. You're seen as a temptation, as one way in which, you know, this is what I'm kind of picking up here. What I'm kind of sensing from these two cards. Well, it was my initial thought. Yeah. You're definitely being seen here. This is both you and your person. I will pull some more cards. You're attracting a lot of attention here, both you and your person. And it's all, wow. See, there's both cards, there's two sides to it, eh? Here. I really want to pull some more cards here, guys. Oops. All right, let's go. Let's have a look at this, so guys. And let's come in with obstacles and challenges, eh? Okay, so you have the Ten of Cups here, guys. Great card to get. You have the World card. The World card is coming in as Aquarius here, guys. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is, well, it's actually going back into, it's retrograding through Gemini at this point in time, and we've spoken about the Lovers card coming in with Mercury here, guys, and eventually it is going to go back into Taurus. However, here, that's all I can say. 1 minute, and you're coming in with Temperance here. Temperance is Saggy. Saggy is ruled by Jupiter here, okay, and Jupiter rules your 9th house of higher learning. Excuse me, and you've, with the World card coming in with Aquarius, and you're coming in with Uranus. Uranus actually rules your 11th house of innovation here, guys. All right, change. There's big changes here. It's like modern times. It's coming in with social networks here, guys, social groups here. All right. You're talking to more people is what I'm getting here. Okay, and so once again, your 9th house, your level of higher learning here. Ooh. You could understand why you are a temptation here, because that's exactly how you're being seen here in your reading. It's when you're coming in with the Ten of Cups, it comes in as working on that abundance here, with, okay, working towards it, coming in with the World card here in your reading. There's a way in which it needs to be done here in order to come in with the Ten of Cups. And I spoke about friends, I spoke about family here. This could also be community here in your reading. It involves a lot of, you are coming in with ambition. You are coming in with strive here, guys. You're coming in also with the climb. All right, the way in which these cards are coming in, because you're coming in with that goal. There's a goal in mind here. There's where you want to be, what you want to achieve here in your reading, and the way in which your cards are coming in, what it actually talks about here with these cards in terms of the obstacle and the challenge. It has to be done this way. And so when you're coming in with the World card, you're coming in with principles here. Yeah, of course, it can talk about a cycle. All right, guys, but it can also talk about a new cycle, an end to an old cycle. It can also come in as, this is how, from what you've learnt here, this is both you and your person, from what you've learnt in your lifetime, it comes in as there are principles here that one must adhere to. This isn't coming in as a job description here, guys, all right, in terms of roles and responsibilities. Yet, in order to know what these principles are for both you and your person, you would have had to have done something like that here, guys, so that you know within yourself, like I said, both you and your person, what's correct. What's the correct way of doing things here? All right, guys, and what you don't want to do or you shouldn't do here, okay? Because you are talking about here in your reading how to treat people. That's what it's talking about. But there is also that equal exchange here coming in with the Lovers card. It comes in as how I would like to be treated. That's what it's also talking about here in your reading. Yeah, of course, there would be adversity here because of the way in which people are, because not everybody is the same. Everybody has their own individual makeup here, identity here in your reading. Hence why you come in with principles here. Hence why you come in with, like I said, how you treat people here, as that's really important here in your reading in terms of doing it this way, because this is the way it needs to go. That's what I'm picking up here. And you're coming in with temperance. Temperance can be seen as their guide here, guys, that's going to guide you along the way. I don't know how else to say it here. Let me keep going here. Whew. Shivers me timbers here, guys. So you're coming in with the Ace of Swords. You have the Death card. The Death card is Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto rules your 8th house of death and transformations here. Yeah, and rebirth, a restart here in your reading. And you also have the Ten of Swords here. Some hard lessons. How I see the Ten of Swords. So you're quite stand out. You stand out, you stand up. You don't allow social norms here to kind of dictate what's right, what's wrong. Here you see through the facade. here in your reading. Facade. Well, you see it how it is, no matter how hard people try to mask it, no matter how hard people try to sugarcoat it here, guys, okay? Especially when it comes to institutionalized thinking here, especially when it comes to principles here, guys. It's one big ending, and it's an ending that's never going to reoccur. Do you understand? It's never going to happen again. I'll come in with the Queen of Pentacles, guys. Here in your reading. It's drive here. It's that drive. It's that willpower here in your reading to create this, to make this happen here. Once it's ended, once this past way of being, this past way of doing things here, guys, when you're coming in with the Devil card, that toxic here, once it's ended, it's ended. It's not coming back. It's gone. It's gone for good. How else can I say that here, guys? You know, these are really deep and meaningful cards here. See what it talks about here. In order to achieve that goal, that success that you are wanting, okay, your success, how you see success to be, it is not going to be determined by anybody else here. Just because someone will say to you, oh, these are the certain things, let me come in this way, these are certain things that you need in order to be successful. And what I get here in your reading is that you've done it to a T. But even though you had that, coming in with the Queen of Pentacles, even though you managed to get there, to you that still wasn't success. Because material wealth and resources wasn't what made you happy. Yet there was that strive to get there, to have those things. Because maybe in the past your idea of happiness was to have certain things here. Like I said, material resources. And so you worked hard to get that here. And what it's talking about here in your reading is that no longer, like I said, no longer falling into that, it's not illusion, the program, that outdated belief system, that others know what's best for you here. And there is that element here, like I said, seeing through the facade, but this is coming in as you know, it's on a big scale here, guys. You're coming in with things that are bigger than yourself and seeing past that. Just because, you know, it's like they say, guys, just because people, organizations here are set up, all right, to help and benefit people, and you know they're able to tap into resources, and this may be way of income, this may be way of grants here. Just bear with me here, guys, okay? But you see past that facade. That's what it talks about here in your reading. That it isn't about, yeah, of course they're set up for the well-being, they're set up to help people here, but knowing that that's not what they're doing, and it's the way in which they do what they do here. Okay, so it's like wanting to create employment here, to employ people, and when they do employ people, they're only employing, you know, a small amount of people here guys. And what happens when they can't employ them anymore? What happens there? Because of the funding here, because of what they've been able to tap into, it will only last, you know, 3 years here. It's not a full-time, it's not a success story. That's what it talks about here in your reading. That's what I'm getting in terms of the way in which it's coming in here in your reading. See, no longer tempted. You're no longer tempted. You're focused here in your reading when you're coming in with the Queen of Pentacles. Here, it's coming in as principles here, guys. What needs to happen, how it needs to be. That's what it's talking about here in your reading. Yeah, and you're also aligned here, following it through. Here in your reading, guidance is what it talks about, but the guidance isn't from, here in your reading, social norms, programs, and an outdated belief system here. It comes down to, like it says here in your reading, the treatment of people. That's what it talks about here. And once it's ended, it's ended. That's what I'm getting. Once it's over, it's over. See, because you're not a fool. That's what it talks about here. You don't take risks, big risks here. That's what it's also saying here. For things to pay off. Yours is more calculated here, but the risk for you coming in with the Queen of Pentacles is to trust in what you know to be true. That's what it says. It's coming in as trusting the divine here. And not to be tempted here by others. That's what I'm getting here, guys. All right, I am going to leave it there. It's not so much your person here in your reading. All right, this is really coming in as here. Well, this Queen of Pentacles could very well be your person. It's coming in as what this person is dealing with at this time. They are definitely seen as a temptation, especially if you're coming in with the Lovers card here. They're attracting a lot of attention, the Queen of Pentacles here. But there's a depth to this person here in your reading. Wow. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your reading. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.